Well, Hammy, thanks for your time. It's been a challenging 24 hours or so. Let's start on the game first of all. How did you see it getting a late point here at Norwich?
Obviously really pleasing. I think that we allowed Norwich to have control possession where we wanted it. Our goal comes from a little bit of mistake, Clarkey jumping out, which we'd not worked on, but these things happen in football. But I felt really confident in the technical area. I felt that we controlled them to limited opportunities. I felt that we were always a danger on a counter-attack. We changed the shape slightly to go with 2 10s. And I had the luxury of bringing good players off the bench, which obviously hasn't been the case the last few weeks. But I thought there were just real positives out there. Langas's obviously first game away at a difficult place, having just had a pre-season, and that was his first game. I thought he were outstanding, having Nat Phillips back. And having the group of players back who we know what they can achieve.
In the first half, you put together a really good move, which Lars-Jørgen Salvesen scored from. It was ruled out for offside. I presume you've not seen it again yet, but it's the finest of margins, which has been sort of symptomatic of the last couple of weeks, really.
Yeah, I mean, it was some goal, wasn't it? Real good build-up player. A lot of things we've been working on this week about getting 10s in pockets and getting 2 deep midfield players involved a little bit more and playing through central areas and putting crosses low and hard across the box for obviously Lars, because that's what he thrives upon. So I haven't had the luxury of watching it back yet, but if you I mean, some people have already told me that it's definitely onside. I don't know, but I wish that we could stick that goal on another 2-1 and 3 points. It'd be much better, but obviously we don't have that luxury. But it's a little bit symptomatic of the things that have been happening recently, really. Odd things going against us, but I'm not going to stand here and cry a river about it. There's 23 other teams in this league who probably feel exactly the same way as I do today. You sometimes get them, you sometimes don't, but I just thought as reaction, the way we stayed in game, we made some tactical changes with 10 minutes to go and then 5 minutes to go, and I felt that the team really benefited, and obviously Marcus got his penalty. And it were like watching Jerry as a 12-year-old in my head taking that penalty, and I had every confidence in him scoring it. So yeah, really pleasing day, but really positive for the club.
You mentioned there about the players have had some sort of setbacks over the last couple of weeks, whether it's been injuries, whether it's been moments in games. When you have that goal ruled out in the first half, you go behind in the second half. What does it say about the group that they hung in there and you got that goal and you could have gone on and won it as well? Yeah,
I think it speaks volumes, because if I'm going to be brutally honest and truthful, it was tough yesterday. It was tough for everybody concerned. The lads were devastated, and I don't use that term lightly. Forget Paul as a football manager, he's an unbelievable bloke, and the lads really liked him. So it was tough. I ain't going to lie. I've spoken to numerous players, I've had individual meetings, and I kind of said, look, like today, let it be what it be, and then tomorrow morning, if we can get up and think purely about football, and I mean, this sounds ridiculous or ruthless, but football's a football, as it's happened to me in my career. You wake up, you try and do the best you can for yourself, and they've done that today. And look, the culmination of what we saw, a number of reasons, I think, around having training days. It's been game after game after game. We've rolled the same players out when we knew physically they couldn't do it. But look, like, I can stand here until I'm blue in the face and say this hasn't gone for us, that hasn't gone for us, but it is what it is. All we're judging it on is today, and you know, staff around me have all pulled together, obviously. I gave the late shout yesterday to Jono and Bucko, so it were a busy 4 hours on bus trying to update them on what we'd been working on, how we're going to do it, what we're going to try and do. So yeah, it's been hard work, I'm not going to lie, my head's a bit frazzled, but it's a positive day for the football club, and you know, that was the key at 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever time I woke up this morning, until 6 o'clock when I hopefully get on bus and can enjoy that point.
How big psychologically is it then to get that late goal and get a point and stop that run of defeats, which has been unfortunate because there have been so many games in there where I guess you shouldn't have lost for varying reasons?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, we've also run into 3 at top 4, so that's difficult within that run as well. But yeah, look, like, it's easy for me to stand here and talk about what's been. Like, I'm a man of today and tomorrow, and today is positive and tomorrow will be positive, however that looks. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully, I can remain at the football club because I've loved it. I've loved my time at it. Like, obviously the promotion that we had in the summer were excellent. And look, Paul's an amazing guy, and I just want the fans to remember him for that promotion and not remember him for this 7-run defeat, which I know happens in football. What has been, but the club, how it is now to how it was when we first come in, is 100% different. And I think you've only got to speak to anybody within the football club to agree with that statement.
Yeah, because you see managers on TV and things like that, and they talk about if when they leave a club they want to leave it in a better place, and I think that's certainly the case with Paul. And it's not necessarily just on the field. There's been the culture around the place. It's certainly made big strides in the last couple of years.
Yeah, but look, that's your job as a football coach, football manager, assistant manager. Your job is to try and get in that club. Obviously, firstly, change results, because generally when you get a job, that's what happens. You try and change results, and then you try and work on everything else. We've obviously tried to change the culture. I think it has been changed. I think there's a number of reasons for that, which obviously there's no point me going into to you now, because you all know about them. But the club nearly didn't exist, and now it's in the Championship. There's a really lot to be prouder of this team. They will give you everything they've got. Hopefully that can be good enough, which I think it will be. But what I can reassure fans is, moving forward, every player in that dressing room is fully committed and has been fully committed to this football club.
I guess you're ready for a lie down now.
Yeah, lie down and sleep, yeah.